This cookbook promises big flavor fast. Half-Baked Harvest Quick and Cozy is Tiegan Gerard's newest release, packed with one-pan dinners, cozy casseroles, and crowd-pleasing bakes. I was gifted this book, and at first glance it checked all my boxes: beautiful design, approachable recipes, and comfort food that I actually wanted to eat. But as I started cooking from it, I realized there's more to talk about, both good and complicated, to be honest. Today I'm breaking down what I cooked and what worked, what didn't, and the broader context that might shape how you feel about this book. Let's start with the basics. This book was published in November of 2024, 288 pages with about 120 recipes, 288 pages, priced around $23. The style is quick comfort food and cozy vibes. I tested 3 recipes over the course of a week, and here's what happened. The first recipe I made was sage butter fried pork chops. This one promised to take only 30 minutes. It took me about 40 minutes with prep and figuring out the timing. Flavor-wise, the sage butter was nice, but overall it wasn't a standout. There were a few extra steps and ingredients that I just didn't feel like added a whole lot of value to the final flavor. The second recipe I cooked was one-pot spiced chicken and dumplings. The book says an hour and 25 minutes, and it definitely took that long, if not just a little bit more. This one was comforting and flavorful, and this definitely wasn't a quick meal, as quick and cozy kind of implies. This one definitely took a little bit more labor, and this was actually my favorite and one that I made a few times. The first time I made it, I didn't have bacon, so I used Canadian bacon, but the second time I made it, I didn't take a picture, I forgot, but I did use bacon, and that did definitely enhance the flavor. The next one I made was definitely pretty quick. It promised 55 minutes, and honestly, it took about that, but most of it was in the oven, so it wasn't the time actually preparing. And again, it came with a sauce that I really didn't feel was necessary. The Cajun chicken skewers were good on their own. The garlic parmesan sauce, at least for me and the people that I had over, didn't really do it for us. But the skewers were good, but not anything particularly memorable. I remember that they were good, but not something that I'm like, wow, let me make that again. Overall, I noticed a pattern. Some recipes added ingredients that felt more like building complexity for the sake of it rather than delivering big flavor. And as a beginner home cook, the promised cook times just weren't always realistic for me, and it wasn't really quick for some of them. And between prepping, reading the instructions twice, and cleaning, it took me a little bit longer. But again, I am a beginner home cook. Design-wise, this book is top tier. Every recipe has a full-page photo. The pages are thick, the layout is clean, and the ingredients list is easy to scan and easy to understand. It lies not necessarily flat on the counter, but pretty close. It fit in my cookbook holder, which was a good win. Some cookbooks just do not fit in cookbook holders, or you can't get them to lay flat, and that's just a pain in the butt. There were also some thoughtful little touches, like every single drink came with a mocktail variation, one-pan call-outs, and some tips throughout the book, which I really appreciated as someone who likes to plan ahead. I'd say Tiegan's writing style is personal, warm, and very on brand for Half-Baked Harvest fans. She shares stories about cooking for a large family and wanting to create meals that are comforting at the end of the long day. One line that really captured the vibe was, "You want a comforting recipe that makes you feel delicious and welcomed in anybody's home." That's kind of what I would say this book kind of resonates with, or as. And the tone is friendly, casual, and not too much detail or too many instructions. So if you're totally new to cooking, this one's a good one. Now I want to be transparent for a minute. After I started cooking from this book, I came across some serious critiques of Tiegan and the Half-Baked Harvest brand. Over the years, she's been called out for cultural appropriation, specifically renaming or simplifying dishes from global cuisines without giving them the proper credit or context. And these aren't just one-off criticisms, they're part of a bigger ongoing conversation in food media about representation and respect. I didn't know that when I received this book as a gift, but I think it's important to acknowledge if cultural awareness in food matters to you, this might be something to factor into your decision before you cook from this book. It's also worth pointing out that if you own any other Half-Baked Harvest cookbooks or follow the blog, some of these recipes may feel familiar. A few are adapted from previously published content, so if you're looking for all new material, this might not be the most exciting buy. So who is this cookbook really for? I think this cookbook is perfect for fans of Half-Baked Harvest aesthetic, cozy, indulgent, Instagram-worthy food. It's great for home cooks with a little confidence, or, like me, or anybody who might want to elevate their food and bring some bold flavors and some nice plating to the table. But if you're just starting out and need a quick and easy, this might be a little bit more than expected because some of the recipes are a bit longer. My final verdict on this book is nice but not essential. If you're new to Tiegan's work and love a beautiful home cookbook, this could be a great addition. But if you already own her previous books, or you're looking for tight, efficient recipes with big payoff, you might want to preview this first, borrow it from the library before actually buying it. So I'd give it a 39 out of 50. Have you cooked from Cooking Cozy? If you do, leave a comment letting me know what you think. And let me know how you feel about cookbooks reusing blog content, or about the broader conversation about food and cultural credit. If you like honest, beginner-friendly cookbook reviews, feel free to subscribe. I've got some more coming up soon. I have a bunch of cookbooks that I just recently got, and I'm excited to cook through them and let you guys know how it goes. Thanks for watching, and happy cooking.